For Newcastle, anyhow, tweaked substantially last weekend and went strong midweek in defence of the Caravan. Today he restores Nick Pope in goal, 4 clean sheets in 5. The defensive formation is for the boss usefully unpredictable. 3 centre-halves, then Jacob Murphy would be right wing back, past fit as he nurses a fragile Achilles. Anthony Gordon's ban is over, so finally he can start a game together in the same 11 for the first time with Nick Voltemada. The bench has seats for would-be game-changers Barnes, Elanga, Osula, plus former Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. At a venue where he has repeatedly been stung, Mikel Arteta asks the following to grasp this nettle. David Raya has conceded fewer goals than any other keeper in the league. Ahead of him, it's a back four incorporating Mosquera and Gabriel at the expense of William Saliba. Mikel Merino drops out of last weekend's midfield to accommodate Eberechi Eze excitingly. Captain Bukayo Saka begins a league game for the first time in more than a month with Moni Madueke injured. And Victor Gyökeres seeks his first goal on the road for the Gunners, leaving Gabriel Martinelli potentially to impact for the bench once more, with Saliba and notably with fit again Marcin Odegaard. So Gary puts
a setting, sense of theatre.
Newcastle United and Arsenal. The atmosphere here is electric. Gordon! Newcastle United take the lead against Arsenal.
Won this corresponding fixture last season when Alexander Isak, now of Liverpool, scored the winning goal that day. Arsenal have lost on 4 of their last 5 visits here. The Newcastle fans want to make this as uncomfortable start as they can for the visitors.
Yes, absolutely. That's what they'll be looking from Newcastle. An early press, get the fans behind them, and obviously the message from Arteta is try and nullify the crowd as quickly as we can by controlling the game, getting chances in the final third. So that's what we'll be looking to do, and I'm really excited.
Claimed as Arsenal captain today. It's the 6th time Saka has captained Arsenal in the Premier League. Here he is, and immediately shut down by Joe Linton. And Bukayo Saka knows he's going to be extremely closely marked today.
Well, I think that gives us an insight. You've just mentioned it is a back four. And what you're going to have to do, they're going to have to make sure that it's either Joe Linton or Tonali that comes across to make sure they've got a 2v1 against Saka at every opportunity in Newcastle. And if Anthony Gordon can't get back to help him out, because if they leave that one-on-one, Saka against Dan Burn, I think there's only going to be one winner.
Arsenal, the set-piece specialists, get an early free kick here. 90 seconds in. Declan Rice standing over it. Nice bend and whip, and a header down by Gyökeres. Lands at a comfortable height for Nick Pope.
Well, it's Declan Rice. You'll see the line there of Arsenal. What they try and do is just come in behind Newcastle's defensive line, but Newcastle, they weren't falling for that. They held a really, really good line there. That would have been given offside. But Declan Rice's delivery, once again, it's impeccable.
Arsenal, if they are to make good on their grand ambitions, they've got to prove themselves in fixtures like this one, and away stadiums like this one, against the roar and the resistance of a Newcastle crowd that is just hell-bent on a home win today. Voltemada, very close attention there, Mosquera, who has impressed in what we've seen of him in Arsenal colours so far. Bruno Guimaraes. Botman, who played the full game against Bournemouth last weekend. It was only the 2nd time that he completed a full 90 minutes in the Premier League for Newcastle in a year and a half, Sven Botman. Joe Linton, closed down by Zubimendi, but Newcastle hold on to the ball.
I think if Newcastle, you can see the set up, the back four, the midfield 3, the attacking 3. I don't think you're going to see Dan Burn bomb on as much down this left-hand side. I think it'll be Livramento linking up with Murphy. On the opposite side, Dan Burn will be looking to do his defensive duties more often than not because of the pace of Saka.
Tabata picks out Murphy, and Calafiori is quick to put it out for a Newcastle throw. Before today, Ricardo Calafiori has had more shots in the Premier League this season than any other Arsenal player. For now, he's got to concentrate on his defensive duties. Long throws, which are very much in fashion at the moment in the Premier League. Livramento has some tall targets to aim at here. And the flick on ends up in the gloves of David Raya. It's great distribution. Gyökeres in pursuit, but too close